Hi snooker fans, Curtis Braithwaite here with QSports.club. I'm here to do a Q&A today with the legend himself, the Albino assassin, Allan Taylor. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad at all, not bad at all. Right, pal, tell us, where did it all start? How did you take up snooker?
Started, actually, 7 years of age. Brother got one of them fold-away Steve Davis snooker tables for Christmas, as you do. Bit of a fashion statement at the time. I don't know whether he was turning a bit sour, but he was not interested in Action Man anymore. So a table it was. But he had the attic room in the house, and second week of January he got bored, but I was still up there, so, Mom, get him out my room, Mom. Well, the table came down to my room and the rest is history, as they say.
You can call it your stuff, mate. Right, and to date, who's had the most influence on your career?
I'd say, without a doubt, Vic Harris, the late legend, my governor. He's officially my snooker god now, so I call on him whenever I need. But yeah, last 2 years of his life and the first, probably met up with him about 12 months after I turned pro. So the last 2 seasons worked with him. Learned such a lot from him, and yeah, never be forgotten and forever thankful, really.
Yeah, good stuff. God rest his soul, Vic.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. Right, now what are your goals for the coming season?
Well, the first one, main one, stay on.
Correct.
So obviously I'm doing all right so far.
Absolutely.
And yeah, just keep working hard, working smart, and just keep persistent really, and trying to achieve the goals that I know I'm capable of. So just keep putting the hours in and hope it pays off. Good
stuff. Now there's loads of great cue makers out there, Alan, but what cue do you currently use?
I've currently got a Mike Wooldridge Black Spin Legend cue. Gets a lot of attention obviously with the black ferrule and whatnot, but lovely piece of wood. Yeah, so that's me.
Alright, and players are quite fussy about what tips they use, but what tip do you currently use?
Never ever wandered from an elf master. Never. I tried one blue diamond. Just thought it took a little bit too long to bed in, but that's my personal opinion, so I stick with elks, 10 mils, chopping it down. Job's a good one.
Good stuff. Now, what's your most memorable match in your career to date?
Probably got 1 or 2 really. Obviously the one to get on tour for the first time. I remember I was up in Ravenscraig at the Glasgow PTC, and I beat Fergal O'Brien 4-3. I remember I was 3-2 up, and he's gone for a long red, missed it in one corner, flicked off the black, gone in the other hole. I made 1-3-7, and I thought, here we go. There's the baby-faced assassin against the albino assassin. So it was a one-frame shootout for me tour card, really, but I managed to get through, and that obviously cemented me on tour, so I was proud of myself with that. If I think back, I'd say the other one was I played Graham Dott in PTC EIS, and obviously I think he'd won the World Championship by then, I'm sure, so to beat a World Champion when I was still an amateur was quite an achievement for myself.
Well, that's actually an interesting comment, because you mentioned Graham Dott there, and I've actually been told that you're quite a good snooker impressionist, and I've not managed to hear your Graham Dott impression, so any chance you could give your fans a little show here?
Well, I'll be honest now, Carlos, when I played Allan Taylor back there, he went 2-2, and I felt okay, but you see, I didn't play too good. I watched the match there now, and see, I won the World Championship, and I felt brilliant, but obviously Allan got the better of me that day, and hopefully if he can play again, I can get a win over him now.
That's absolutely brilliant, mate.
How have you got me to do that?
Right, mate, on a bit of a sour note, can you let us know your most painful defeat?
Oh, well, there's a couple from the junior career, but they're long forgotten, thank God. So I do remember actually when I first got on tour, I think it was the second event of the season, I played an amateur lad, Saqib Nazir. Good left-hander from, I think he was around the Leeds area maybe, and I was 4-1 up and ended up losing 5-4 somehow, and it was my worst defeat up until the next day when I found out he'd done exactly the same thing against Mike Dunn, so that softened the blow a little bit. So I got over that quite quickly, but yeah, that's the one that springs to mind anyway.
Okay, mate. There's a lot of hardened match players on the tour, but who would you say is the toughest to beat?
Well, you've obviously got to stick top couple couple of players there, Selby and the likes of Higgins. I mean, I've practiced with Selby a lot, and yeah, he's granite. His knowledge around the table is on another level. But it's good to feed off that, you know. I've played John Higgins, haven't played Selby in a tournament yet. So I played John Higgins out in Portugal, it happened a season and a half ago when. Out in Lisbon, so I retained my tour card. Lost 4-2, but it was one of them where I was up close, and obviously I've seen firsthand just how knowledgeable he is in and around the balls, and wasn't big breaks because the conditions weren't that great, but that was down to the weather, so he dealt with them a lot better, and you can just see his experience just shining through, really. So I'd say Higgins.
Yeah, absolutely. John's definitely one of the toughest to beat. Right, now what's your best personal achievement in snooker to date?
I would say just turning pro. Been trying since I was eligible, old enough. Missing out a few times on the old PIOS system. Last round, lost to Dave Gilt in the last round of Q School. I think I only seen one ball and I've made 80. It was unbelievable. So yeah, just obviously to turn professional was a big achievement, and obviously a lifelong goal for me. So I'm going to have to say that.
Wow, the tour's full of a lot of cracking guys. There's a lot of banter that flies up and down the tour, but hands down, mate, you're definitely one of the funniest guys on tour. And
funny looking, yeah.
Well, not only that, I mean, do you know what I mean? I just check out your shoes there and all, mate. You know,
the plates look alright.
The old plates of meat look good at the old ones and twos there, son. But you know, like I see you laughing and joking with everybody. Great banter about you. But who would you say is your best friend on tour?
Well, I made a bit of a mistake last time. I was asked this question by World Snooker, and I said, Selby and Bingham, and I got told off by one of the two of the lads because I was picking the big names. So just to make sure they don't start crying again, you know, you've got the likes of Martin O'Donnell, aka the MOD, Robbie Williams, aka Bobby Bush. But yeah, good friends. Obviously Bingham, when I moved down south, he took me under his wing, so to speak, and I've got a lot to thank him for. Selby, been mates since we were youngsters, and Andrew Higginson, Rod Lawler, them types of characters that are just genuine guys, you know.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Now, I know you like your food, just like I do, but at least it doesn't show on you. At least it doesn't show on you as it does on me. But anyhow, pal, what's your favourite food?
Well, I like Chinese.
Okay.
Do like a curry when I'm in the right mood. But my other half, she's a food tech teacher, so she's been teaching me a few tricks over the years, and I've almost cracked me spicy arrabbiata sauce from scratch. So nice Italian meatballs, tomato sauce from scratch, chuck a bit of pasta in, you know, grated cheese if you want on the top, if you're flashy enough, and a bit of garlic bread on the side, you know, if you've got some room.
Yeah, well, a few of the lads have told me they've been round for dinner. I suppose when you sent my invite round, the postman must have knocked on my door with a sponge or something, pal, do you know what I mean? So, you know, maybe I'll listen out for him a bit louder next time. Right now, mate, what's your favourite drink?
Favourite drink, I'm going to have to say Guinness. My other half's from Ireland, so when I go over there with the missus to see the in-laws, it's one of the smoothest drinks I can ever have. So out of season, of course, you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Other than that, H2O.
Strictly professional, mate.
Started looking at sparkling water, if I'm honest. I don't know whether it's classy or whether it's a bit pompous, but hey ho.
Actually, in that colour shirt, you actually look like a sparkly water type of guy, mate.
2 cubes, please.
Thank you. Well, you've played at quite a few of the venues now, pal. But what would you say is your most favourite venue to play at?
Well, I'll be honest, Curtis, I'm starting to like this one, I'll be fair to you. So, 2 out of 2 so far, so I'd say the Preston Guildhall so far. But I think for me, growing up watching the game on TV, to play at the York Barbican, obviously walking through the city centre and to come up outside that you see on TV all the time is to get your cue out the box and play in the main arena there was something special for me.
Yeah, absolutely. York's a beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah. All right, now you guys don't get much time to relax, obviously with such a tough schedule, but I suppose you wouldn't swap it for any other career in the world, because actually there's nothing better than being a pro, especially right about now, what Barry's done in the game.
Correct.
But where would you actually like to relax when you get a chance to, away from snooker?
I'm going to reiterate, mate, with the missus out in Ireland, go and visit the family. It's just nice to switch off. There's not many snooker tables within a few miles, so just the countryside and the open air is just different world, mate. And obviously, being a city boy, as you like to say, then it's just nice to chill out.
Good stuff. Right, we've been out on quite a few nights out, me, you and all the boys, and you've definitely got your dancing shoes on today, mate. So let us all know what's your favourite music to listen to.
Mate, I've got too much. I mean, I can go anything from hard rock to classical, from Motown to soft pop, mate. It's just whatever's regular. But I mean, the old favourites, you got a big Jacko fan sitting here, and a Stevie Wonder, anything from the Smiths, bit of Kings of Leon, and the Beatles, of course, being a Pazzy Scouser. But I mean, if I'm sitting down at a bar, yeah, and you want me out the seat, maybe it's my round and I'm not budging. Standard procedure. Well, it must have been that spongy postman was using. But anyway, ask the DJ to stick Stevie Wonder Superstition on, and you won't see me get out the chair before the second beat. Something's wrong, mate. Absolute favourite tune, yeah. So that's different class here. Some tune, that Stevie. He's got a bit of swag, a bit like you, son. He's got a little bit, hasn't he? Yeah, just a little bit. Bit of staying power, the Wonder. Nothing like you, but yeah, he's got a bit. He's got a bit of swag. He's getting there, mate. Give him it. Right, who was your sporting hero when you were growing up? Well, I've always just been into snooker, really. Never really into football or anything like that, but obviously from an early age, Ronnie O'Sullivan. I used to base my game on him because I was a bit quick fire, and I mean, a lot of players used to copy him and stuff, but I just felt relaxed into going to that style of play, so I just enjoyed watching him. And even now, easy on the eye, would be obviously a great thing to play him and then again beat him, but as a youngster, just to purely be a spectator was great. I do remember when the Olympics came round and the athletics came on. Michael Johnson, the American 200 metres, just fantastic, like mental attitude, and his approach was something to aspire to. But I'd just say them two really for me. All right, mate. And last question: if you could run well snooker, what changes would you make and why? Well, as long as I don't get into trouble, but I don't know. I think the practice facilities, albeit good, the times are not long enough in my honest opinion. 20 minutes at some venues, 30 minutes at others, and only 2 sessions per day. Of course, you've got to cater for all 128 players, and I do appreciate that it's tough with all the professionals at the venue, at the same time to try and make space. But I mean, maybe it can be looked at in the future that if the budget, rather than increasing some prize money early on in the tournaments, whether they can hold a bit of the budget back and invest in a couple more practice tables maybe. That again warrants space at the venue, but it may be something to look at, who knows. Okay, mate, good stuff. Well, it's been really, really nice talking to you today, mate. Oh, mate, sorry, I do apologise, my phone's going in. Oh, here we go. Hello, love, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just doing an interview with Curtis at the Q Sports Club. Listen, you might have to put an extra plate on because apparently he's been screaming up. He wants these Italian meatballs I'm doing, alright? So, hold on, mate. By the way, mate, tell her I don't want any of that Happy Shopper Parmesan, mate. I want Marks and Spencer gear, mate. The real gear, none of that Happy Shopper stuff, mate. Alright, well, I'll see you in a bit. Anyway. Alright, look, mate. Thanks very much for your time, pal. Absolutely brilliant talking to you, mate. And all of us at Q Sports Club want to wish you all the very, very best for the coming season, mate. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Cheers, pal. Cheers.